Fans have not stopped buzzing about the latest Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. What's next for The Dark Knight after the release of The Batman in March 2022? Get ready for a thrilling peek into The Batman Part 2 with the Joker's potential return and exciting spin-off shows. Directed by Matt Reeves and co-written by Reeves and Peter Craig, this installment follows Robert Pattinson's hero in his second year as Gotham City's vigilante. With the first film's ending hinting at a sequel and the overwhelmingly positive response to Pattinson's portrayal, The Batman 2 seems like a surefire hit. Originally meant to be a standalone movie, The Batman now sets the stage for a Batman-focused cinematic universe including The Batman 2 and various spin-offs. While The Batman 2 isn't officially on DC's release slate yet, Reeves is reportedly hard at work on it. In September 2023, we got an exciting update about The Batman Part 2. Warner Bros. Discovery is really focusing on finishing the script after the Writers Guild Association strikes. Although there might be more delays, they're still aiming for the movie to come out on October 3rd, 2025. There's still a lot we don't know about The Batman 2, like who the main bad guys will be and who else will star alongside Robert Pattinson. Since they haven't started filming yet, it's unlikely we'll see a trailer until late 2024. But we can expect to hear more about the cast and maybe see some teasers to keep us excited for The Batman Part 2. After the huge success of The Batman, Warner Bros. Announced plans for a sequel and several spin-off streaming series. These included a now cancelled series about the Gotham City Police Department, a possible show set in Arkham Asylum, one focusing on the Penguin, and maybe even one centered around Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman. While the status of these TV projects is uncertain, The Batman Part 2 is definitely happening. Changes at Warner Bros. Discovery, like James Gunn and Peter Safran leading a new DC universe on screen, have raised questions about future projects. However, Gunn has confirmed that Matt Reeves will write and direct 2 more The Batman movies, making it a trilogy. Due to the global pandemic, The Batman encountered numerous delays, particularly because it started filming shortly before lockdowns began. Production was halted for several months before resuming later in 2020. The movie was originally set for a summer 2021 release. While the 2023 strikes in the creative industry could potentially lead to delays, The Batman 2 has a 2025 release date that gives it more flexibility than other superhero movies. This suggests it's less likely to be pushed back. Prioritizing the script for the Batman sequel after the WGA strikes implies that Warner Bros. May be proactive in avoiding delays, which could speed up the movie's production once the strikes conclude. Releasing The Batman Part 2 in October 2025 would make it one of Warner Bros. Major releases for that year and position it similarly to the fall slot occupied by the Joker sequel Folie à Deux in 2024. With no competing Marvel movies scheduled near this date, The Batman Part 2 is set to dominate the box office in fall 2025. The next Batman film in the DC universe, The Brave and the Bold, is expected to arrive in 2026 at the earliest, meaning Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne will return to screens before the highly anticipated DC Universe Batman and Robin movie. Confirmed to return for The Batman Part 2 is Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne. Other likely returnees include Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon, and Andy Serkis as Alfred. Barry Keoghan's Joker might also have a bigger role in the sequel. Apart from Colin Farrell's Penguin and Keoghan's Joker stepping into the spotlight, The Batman 2 might further explore Paul Dano's Riddler, who survived the first movie and is now in a prime position, especially after his encounter with the Joker, to be a significant threat throughout the trilogy. The Batman concludes with a scene hinting at a potential alliance between the Riddler and the Joker in The Batman 2 or the Arkham Asylum show. The Joker's riddle in this scene suggests the arrival of the Court of Owls, a secretive criminal group comprised of Gotham's elite. A voiceover from Pattinson's Batman indicates that Gotham will undergo a rebuilding phase, but corruption and chaos will remain rampant following Carmine Falcone's death. Barry Keoghan's Joker could play a significant role in The Batman 2, despite only appearing briefly in the final scene of The Batman. A deleted scene featuring a 5-minute interaction between Batman and the Joker was released, showcasing Keoghan's impressive performance. This scene was omitted from the film to avoid overshadowing Paul Dano's Riddler, a decision that seems justified given Keoghan's compelling portrayal of the character. The studios are gradually revealing more about this version of the Joker Joker potentially building up to his major debut in The Batman 2. Additionally, the Penguin, who served as Falcone's right-hand man, could emerge as a significant villain in the sequel. However, due to disagreements, this series has been put on hold, and an untitled Arkham Asylum series has taken its place. This series could serve as a platform to introduce the Joker, although this has not been confirmed. Reeves has suggested that the series will have a horror theme, which will suit Barry Keoghan's unsettling portrayal of the Joker. Recently, a Penguin-focused show has been announced, which is currently in development for HBO Max, with Colin Farrell reprising his role. This series will delve into Oswald Cobblepot's rise as a notorious gangster. While a Catwoman spin-off has not been confirmed, Reeves has expressed interest in creating one for HBO Max, especially given the success of The Batman and Zoe Kravitz's exceptional performance. Reports suggest that Matt Reeves is in discussions with writers and directors for additional series and movies set in the Batman universe, with characters like Scarecrow, Clayface, and Professor Pig being mentioned. However, due to the uncertain nature of the DC universe and Warner Discovery, these plans could change. What is confirmed is that these shows will tie into or branch out from The Batman Part 2. With Warner Bros. Phasing out Zack Snyder's version of its DC heroes, some fans have speculated that The Batman could be a starting point for a new universe. However, in a January 2023 presentation, DC Studios co-head James Gunn clarified that The Batman 2 and related projects will remain separate. The sequel, along with existing DC properties like Teen Titans Go and the CW's Superman and Lois, will be released under the DC Elseworlds banner. The new DC universe will introduce its own Batman in Batman, the Brave and the Bold. This film will see the return of Robin to the big screen and is expected to have a lighter tone than Reeves' The Batman universe. Whether audiences will embrace two different Batman series concurrently remains to be seen, but The Batman Part 2 seems to have the creative freedom to explore its dark narrative without constraints. The potential addition of Clayface as a villain in The Batman Part 2 could pose a fascinating challenge for the movie's creative team. While the sequel's inclusion in the Elseworlds property sets it apart from the mainline DC universe, introducing Clayface could push the boundaries of the established tone and realism of the franchise. Since the film's confirmation by James Gunn, fans have been buzzing with theories about its storyline and cast. While the return of Batman and Catwoman is expected, speculation runs wild about other DC characters who might make an appearance. From the possibility of introduction of characters like Mr. Freeze and the Court of Owls, The Batman Part 2 has generated a great deal of excitement. Clayface, known for his shape-shifting abilities, presents a unique challenge due to the character's fantastical nature. The Batman excelled in its grounded and gritty tone, setting it apart from typical superhero fanfare. The portrayal of the Riddler, for instance, was psychologically driven, resembling a disturbed serial killer more than a traditional comic book villain. Incorporating Clayface into this established tone would require careful handling to maintain the realism and authenticity of the world established in the first film. The character's shape-shifting powers and larger-than-life presence could potentially disrupt the gritty feel of the franchise, making it a compelling and delicate balancing act for the filmmakers. What are your theories for the movie? Let us know down below in the comments. Thanks for watching.